Hi guys, welcome to National Geography for the coming academic year, which is 2020 to 2021 with Miss Day. In this video, we're going to have an introduction to National Geography. So we're going to think about what the National Geography course actually is and what you're going to be covering over the next year. We're going to learn about how work will be set using Teams, and then you're going to show me whether you can use Teams. So we're going to check our ability for using Teams. So, what exactly is National Geography? Well, it's a year-long course and you will either study National 3, National 4 or National 5 Geography. And this table breaks the courses down a little bit more. So, whether you're National 3, 4 or 5, every pupil will cover 3 units during the year. We'll look at physical environments where we think about glaciation, coasts and weather. We will look at human environments where we look at urban change, so changes in cities, rural change, which is changes in the countryside, and population and development. And then we'll look at global issues, so we'll look at health and climate change. And we won't do those topics in the order that are on this slide, but they're the ones that we're going to cover throughout the whole year. Now, if you take National 5, at the end of the year you will have an exam, which is 80% of your final grade. And during the year you will complete an assignment, a piece of coursework that was worth 20% of your grade, and we send that away and that's marked by the SQA. If you take National 4, you don't have an exam, but you will have unit assessments that you need to complete throughout the year, and these will be done in class. You will do a piece of coursework called an added value unit, and this is going to be marked by me, okay? If you're National 3, again, there's no exam. You do unit assessments throughout the year and there is no assignment, no piece of coursework for you. So at the moment, we're obviously in some tricky times and we're trying to do learning from home. And I have set up a Teams page for you to access our work and for you to get help. So all of the work that I set will be set as an assignment. I'm going to talk about how you can find an assignment in a second. There will be a PowerPoint that I've made to take you through the learning points, and I will produce a video like this one for each of those activities or lessons that gives you a bit more information, and that'll be on the YouTube channel Miss Day Geography, so you can find it there, and I'll put a link in the assignment when I make it. Once you've read through the PowerPoint or you've watched the video, there will then be an activity worksheet for you to complete. Now, there'll be 2 levels of worksheet for each activity. So there'll be an easier worksheet and there'll be a more challenging worksheet. And it's up to you to decide which one of those is going to be most appropriate for you. I would like most people to try the more challenging worksheet first, and then if they find that too hard, once they've asked for some help, they might choose to do the easier one. So at the end of your activity worksheet, there'll be a task or an activity where I get sent some work. Now I might set you a quiz on Teams where you just click the answers on the computer or on your phone and that's sent automatically to me, or I might ask you to write an answer that you need to email me or send to me. All of the documents for each assignment that you get will also be saved in the files sections of Teams, okay, so you can find them there. So I'm just going to take you through how we find assignments on Teams. So this slide here is showing us how we find them using a computer. Now when you're on Teams, at the top of our team page, there is a tab that says things like General, Posts, Files, and if you look along you will see one that says Assignments. I've circled it on this picture. And in Assignments, it will say something like number 1 and then the name of the assignment. And if you click on that assignment, you'll be able to view the instructions. Now with each assignment there will be what we call a Turn It In button, and you click that button when you've completed the work, and that means that I know that you've done it, so it's an easy way of you letting me know that you have finished the work. So if you're using a phone or tablet, Assignments is really easy to find, but it's in a little bit of a different place. So if we look at the most left hand side of this picture that we've got, you'll find the assignments on our Teams page, but you have to go to the top right hand side and go to More first, and then you'll see assignments coming, and again you click on that and it will show you the instructions. And just like the slide before where I spoke about using a computer, you need to click the Turn It In button when you've finished the work. So, how can you send me work to be marked? Now, there are several ways that you can complete your work for geography. The best way to do it would be to use Class Notebook. You might have used this in some other subjects, for example science, and I'm going to encourage you to use this for geography because it's a way that you can see all of the work that you have completed really easily. It's basically an online jotter, and I can see all of your work too. Nobody else can. So it means you don't have to email me every time you do some work because it automatically uploads to a place where we can both see it. So with this online jotter, with your Class Notebook, you can either type work directly into this jotter, and you can do that on your phone as well really easily, or you can do work on a computer or on paper and upload a document or a picture into your notebook. That's really easy to do with a phone, so if you prefer to handwrite things, you can write out all of your work on some piece of paper, and then if you go to Class Notebook, you just press a little button, it says take a picture, you take a picture of your jotter and it uploads directly. In Class Notebook there's also a section where I can upload resources to help you, so worksheets and things. If you can't use Class Notebook, you can email me your work, okay, and you'll find my email address on Teams. I'm not going to put it up here because I don't really want it on YouTube. So how do we find Class Notebook on Teams? We're going to start off again with using a computer. So if you are on a computer, if you go on our Teams page to that top bar again, where assignments was, you'll see the one to the left of that is Class Notebook. Now you need to click on that, and then you will see there's a bar on the left hand side of your page. You might have to click a wee arrow at the top left bit for that bar to come up, and there will be your name. So this is a folder that only you and I can see. And if you open up that folder, there's another little subfolder that says Class Notes, and you need to complete your work in there. Also in your folder is a folder called Help and Hints. Now this has step-by-step guides on how to use Class Notes, so how to make a page, how to write in it, how to add a picture. So that's quite helpful for you. Okay, so if you're using a phone or tablet to do your work, you will need to download the OneNote app to help you use Class Notebook. And I've given you a little picture of the icon there that you need to look for in the App Store. So just like with assignments, Class Notebook is in the More section of our Teams page. And you'll see I've given you a little picture, it's in the top right hand corner. And then on the left hand side you will see it says Class Notebook. Here you want to click on that and there will be a folder with your name. Okay, and you're going to complete all of your work in the Class Notes folder. Just like before for the computers, there is a Help and Hints folder that gives you a step-by-step guide on how to write work in your Class Notes folder. So, maybe you're a little bit stuck, you're finding things a bit tricky. There are several ways that you can get help in National Geography. If a good pal of yours is in the class, you can ask them for a hand. Okay, so they might be able to answer a question via text or Snapchat, and that might be a lot faster than waiting for me to reply to an email. You can, on Teams, ask for help. That's sometimes quite helpful because there might be somebody else who is stuck with the work as well. But if you're going to ask for help, tag me in the message with @MissDay so that I get a notification saying that you need help. Or you can email me, and like we've said, my email address will be on Teams. So, we've chatted about what we're going to do in National Geography, and then we've spoken a lot about Teams and Class Notebook. And the first activity I would like you to do has two aims, okay? The first aim is to show me whether you can use Teams and Class Notebook. And the second aim is to help me get to know you a little bit, because instead of being able to greet everybody who's coming into my new class and have a chat with you, we're going to have to do it online. And some people in this class I haven't met before. So, here are the steps that I would like you to work through. The first thing I would like you to do is go to Teams and find your Class Notebook. I would like you to make a blank page in your Class Notes section. And I would like you to put the title, number 1, Introduction to, and then your name. So if it was me, I would put the title, number 1, Introduction to Miss Day. And in that document, I would like you to write down the following. So I would like to know your year group, and that's the year group that you're now in, now the timetable has changed. I would like to know the other subjects that you are taking this year and what level those subjects are if you know them. So if you know that you're going to do National 5 Maths or National 4 English, let me know. I would like to know one thing that teachers, so me, can do to help you learn. So think about teachers in the past and think, oh, when a teacher does this, this really helps me learn. I would like to know one thing that you find difficult to do when you are learning, or a thing that teachers do that doesn't help you out. I would like to know an interesting fact about yourself. Now, this might be that you're an expert judo fighter, okay? It might be that you have won trophies for fishing. It might be that you've got a really cool pet, or you love your dog called Brandy. It might even just be that you really love pizza, okay? So it can be anything, just something that makes you stand out in my head. And then I would like to know how easy you find it to use Teams. So you're going to give me a colour. You're going to say you're either green, so you find Teams really easy to use. You're ace at it. You're going to choose amber, which means I find Teams okay to use, but sometimes I get stuck. Or you could choose red. I find it really hard to use Teams, and I would prefer to have work sent to me in a different way. And this just lets me know who might need a bit of extra help when I'm setting the work. So, once you've done all of that, okay, you need to go to the assignment that I have set on Teams. It's called Assignment 1 Introduction. And you need to click Turn It In because you have just completed the first assignment. Now, if you have been really struggling to get onto Teams, okay, or you can't get into Class Notebook, you can complete this activity on paper or in a Word document and you can email it to me. Good luck. Thanks.